Hello, trading is closed on May 26, 2020. We'll go over our calls. Look for the pattern with the early low. This is it. Tomorrow has the early high. Had some targets that the MEJT system said were favored to print by early today, and then we made short work of those. We said this pattern Friday was negative. We hypothesized we could gap up or move up on Monday and then drop at today's open, gap down, but that didn't happen. So the rule says gapping sharply in the undesired direction kill the call, and I don't make calls for what happens overnight, just my plan for the day, and that was killed before the open according to the rules. During the day, MEJT said ultimately higher price it would print. They did. It gave buy signals. He went high enough to satisfy them. I've kind of given up on DeMarc's stuff, but we're still on a daily sequential sell, and there was a chance of violating the stop today, and we didn't. So technically, it's still in effect. This is the 200-a-day moving average. Had a chance for us to close over it, which is what you need to do if this rally is going to extend, and we close under it. Doesn't mean you won't close over it tomorrow, but if you're a bull, it's an opportunity lost. Now, even though DeMarc's stuff hasn't worked well, his TDST lines have, and the longer the time period, the more significant the line. We're now trading a bar over this TDST line, and resistance extends to a bar past the line. So you won't know what the high of this is going to be until the end of the week, and you won't know if we'll go significantly past it until next week, but at least according to this, in addition to the 200-a-day moving average, you're at resistance. Now, this is the count I've been using, but it certainly isn't the only count. And there is another count, and that's a perfectly valid count, which says this high might stick around a while. So we have to make this A and that B and that C, and you've got some pretty neat fib relationships that work out great. So I don't know if this is the right count or not until you undercut this low, which is 2766 and change, pretty far away. It's hard to have confidence. Too many different ways you can count this. But so we'll just call this a candidate for a high. And we'll just have to make certain we have stops if we take any longs, because that's a candidate for a high. Well, tomorrow's pattern has the early high. Doesn't mean you won't gap down. And usually it's a rally day with a high in the final hour. If you fail, you drop in a straight line. Number of things I didn't like about Friday's action, some more things I don't like about today's. First bar was the high a day, last the low a day. Usually that means this drop's not over. The most important one to me is numerous market leaders closed down today despite having a strong rally, and despite the fact that many of them opened up. Certain stocks you would just count on to rally along with the market, and if one or two of them drop, it doesn't bother me. But if a whole series of strong stocks I've been watching fail to participate in the move as strong as the one we had today, typically it implies if the move isn't over, it's pretty close. We stalled at the 200-a-day moving average, as well as the weekly TDST line. The wave count's compatible with the leg having ended. Now, as always, if we gap up strongly, ideally over the high of the day, that kills the pattern. there's a lot of negative stuff in Friday's action, a lot of negative stuff in today's. Now, because of the timing of the last hour drop, wouldn't be surprising if we traded higher first. It isn't required, but these late hour drops after holding all day, I don't put much confidence in, but that's not an absolute. If you're a bull, you need to go past today's high significantly to continue this leg up. And the longer the delay, the greater the odds are this leg up has ended. So this is our candidate. We gapped up, closed under not only all the highs, all the lows. That's a negative action. We have all kinds of other negative stuff. Until some of these lows fall, it's hard to bet the house on it. But tomorrow's pattern has the early high, and if we can't take this out tomorrow, I think the odds are increasing that the next leg should be down, and that's today's call.